My husband messed with my memories using hypnosis, and it was all so he could go traveling with his female patient. When they came back, he restored my memories. I remembered I was a wife and a mother, but the love? Gone. My life no longer revolved around chores. The constant nagging I was once known for disappeared. At first, Kian and Oliver thought I was just giving them the cold shoulder, trying to get attention. They ignored my strange behavior until they stumbled upon a forum post I'd written. My memory is back, but my feelings are gone. I can't even understand the person I used to be. Just being in the same room as my husband and son makes me anxious. What do I do? I was curled up in the guest room when harsh light suddenly flooded in, jolting me awake. A tall man stood in the doorway, silver-rimmed glasses, eyes cold as ice. It took me a few seconds to realize it was Kian, my husband. Why are you sleeping in the guest room? His voice was calm, completely devoid of warmth. I clutched the blanket and sat up, forcing a weak smile. My memories just came back. Everything feels off. I need to sleep separately for a while. Just to adjust. He gave a slight nod, looking indifferent. Suit yourself. Then, casually, you didn't call me today? I looked at him, confused. Call you? Why would I? There was nothing to say. His tone grew colder. You used to call me non-stop if I wasn't home by 10. Shame made my skin crawl. I just wanted to disappear. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. After a long silence, he dropped the words coldly. You're just throwing a tantrum, Sloan. He turned and walked away, only glancing back at the door to order. Throw whatever fit you want, but make sure you clean my study. I opened my mouth, but no words came. Instead, I pulled out my phone and started looking for a good housekeeper. I truly had enough. I couldn't take it anymore. Looking back now, I was almost impressed with my former self. I used to wake up at 6 a.m. sharp every day to carefully prepare breakfast for Oliver, who had allergies, then make a separate meal at 7 for Kian and his sensitive stomach. After quickly eating my own breakfast, I'd clean the entire house until it sparkled. Kian was a neat freak. Couldn't stand the slightest bit of clutter, especially in his study. I tried to tidy up like I used to earlier today, but the flood of memories left me so exhausted I could barely stand. I must not have put his files back correctly. That was probably why he came to remind me. I drifted off to sleep, only to be woken a few minutes later by frantic knocking on the door. Why haven't you made breakfast yet? I'm going to be late. Oliver's voice was sharp with impatience. I ordered takeout, I said calmly. It'll be here soon. I rolled over and tried to go back to sleep. Angry kicking against the door followed immediately. Dad never should have changed you back. Leela always makes me breakfast. I opened my eyes again to find Kian roughly pulling me out of bed. What did you feed Oliver? He demanded. Before I could process what was happening, he dragged me in front of Oliver. The boy's body was covered in red hives. He was struggling to breathe. Even if you're mad, you don't take it out on Oliver. He has severe allergies. A reaction like this could stop his breathing. An ambulance arrived quickly and rushed Oliver to the hospital. I hurried after them, trying to explain. When I ordered his breakfast, I specifically listed all his allergens. The restaurant confirmed it was safe. Kian shot me a furious look. Don't make excuses. You sent the nutritionist I hired away, insisting on controlling his diet yourself. And now, just because he sided with Lila, you decide to get back at him? That's not it. If you just listen to me, save it. He cut me off coldly. Don't make me regret restoring your memory. The truth was, I'd been so strict with his diet precisely because his allergies were so severe. The nutritionist he'd hired had quit after a few days, admitting that caring for a child with such needs was too demanding, but I was too tired to explain. Once the new housekeeper arrived, none of this would be my problem. The doctor said Oliver had an allergic reaction to honey. He hadn't consumed much, so it wasn't serious, just needed an IV and some observation. I called the restaurant. The manager explained that the honey was a complimentary side. The packaging was clearly labeled with an allergen warning. Oliver must have snuck the sweet stuff. He always had a sweet tooth, but was allergic to both honey and chocolate. I used to watch him like a hawk. Nothing like this had ever happened. The one time I let my guard down, this was the result. I was about to turn and explain to Kian when a small figure suddenly rushed to my side. Isabel, what are you doing at the hospital? I knelt in surprise and hugged Isabel